What's up, everyone? So, I want to start with the highlights of this TV. The picture quality of this TV is outstanding. It is one of the best TV displays I've ever seen for an LCD TV. The black levels on this are really nice, pretty solid. It doesn't go as deep as an OLED TV, but for an LCD TV, it is beautiful. The full array local dimming works almost flawlessly. I will say occasionally I notice it blooming, but it was only for a second and it went away. So it wasn't, and it rarely happens on this TV. For the most part, it's uniform, it's clean, it's crisp. I tested it with several 4K movies, including Batman vs. Superman, Harry Potter, and Oblivion, just to check out how it handles black levels versus a very bright movie like Oblivion. And I didn't notice any light bleed at all on those movies. On the letterboxing, I didn't notice any blooming. So it's very nice, it's very uniform. I wish I could show you clips, but I can't because YouTube would just block me, and they're making it really hard to do these videos. So if all you care about is the picture quality, then you don't need to watch the next 20 minutes of me ranting about this TV, because from a picture quality standpoint, this 65-inch Sony 900e is one of the best TVs you could buy right now in terms of picture quality. So let's start taking a look at the hardware. This 65-inch TV is gorgeous. The screen is practically an infinity screen. If you take a look at the edges here, the edges are really nice and thin. It looks like the screen is floating off the TV. It's really nice. It's thin on the back. See how thin it is? I really like this TV. It's well designed in terms of how it looks, but it's not very functional. So if you look back here, there are 4 HD. I don't want to move this TV because on my stand it kind of gets a little finicky, but there are 4 HDMI ports. I hope you can see that. And the problem with the HDMI inputs are, there's only really 2 proper HDMI ports. There's HDMI 2 and HDMI 3 are capable of supporting full HDCTP 2.2 at 60 hertz, which means these are the 2 ports you'll use if you have game consoles or want to watch proper HDR content, because ports 1 and 4 only support HDR up to 2K. Which is ridiculous. This is a 4K TV in 2017, and it only has 2 proper HDMI ports that you can actually use for your game consoles. It doesn't even work properly with the PS4 or the Xbox One, and I will show you this in a few seconds. So give me 2 seconds, and I will show it to you. So this is the Xbox One running on port number 4, which only supports the HDCP 2.2, but it doesn't 2.0, I believe, but it doesn't support really HDR particularly well, and it doesn't play nicely with the Xbox One S. So here I'm going to show you, because I'm going to go up here to the settings. Let's go to all settings. And I'm going to try to do this video in under 15 minutes if I can. So I'm going to start speeding up in just a second, but I just want to show you this because this is one of the main reasons why I really hate this TV. So if you go here and you go to Advanced Video Settings, let's click Yes, and then go to 4K Details, 4K TV Details. So look at this. It says, actually, your TV supports 4K UHD. It supports 4K UHD, but not HDR. So look over here. You can see my TV doesn't support 4K 10-bit at 50 megahertz. However, apps can use 4K 8-bit, and it also doesn't support 60K. It does support HDR video, which is nice, I guess. And it does support 4K 10-bit games at 60 megahertz. And I can still upscale to 4K UHD. And it says And if you look at the very last button, this is the key. The other ones are a little confusing, but it's the key. It's the key to the entire experience. Your TV setup doesn't support HDR10 for gaming. Games won't be shown in HDR. Are you kidding me? So the Xbox One X on port 4 on this Sony TV will not support games won't be shown in HDR. Now, I'm going to show you in a second what happens when you plug this Xbox into port number 2. So hold on. So I just plugged this into the Xbox One S into port number 2 on the 900. So let's see what it supports. 4K TV details. Boom. All greens. It supports everything. So this is what I'm talking about. You only have 2 proper ports on this TV. And the problem is, one of those ports, the additional problem is, the second port that supports all of this is an HDMI ARC port. So if you have a sound bar or any kind of hi-fi, high-fidelity audio system plugged into that port, then you effectively only have one HDMI port that will properly utilize all of this. And I was talking about built into the TV. Sure, you can use HDMI switchers to get around that, but this is what you get. And this is unacceptable for a $2,500 TV in 2017. Now I'm going to show you the same exercise on the PS4 Pro. Hold on for a second. So here we go. Here's the PS4 Pro up and running. So I'm going to show you what the video output settings are. This is on port number 4. Let's scroll down here to the video output information. And look at that. Resolution 3840 by 2160, that's 4K at 60 megahertz. That's perfect. Now, color format, great. But look, HDR on your TV, only 2K supported. Come on, it says it's HDCP 2.2, so the all 4 ports are HDCP 2.2 compatible, but 2 of these ports, for some reason, won't properly support HDR at all. So this is the PS4 Pro on port number 4. I'm going to swap it to port number 2, which is the proper port, and I will show you that the HDR actually works. Now the PS4 Pro is hooked into HDMI port number 2. So let's go to video output information. And now you see 4K at 60 megahertz and the HDR on your TV. It now supports 4K HDR. Now, are you kidding me? This is a Sony TV with the Sony PlayStation 4 Pro, and only 2 ports on this TV properly support the PS4 Pro. That's unacceptable to me. That is just Sony phoning it in on this TV or purposely gimping it so that people will buy the 940e instead. That's completely unacceptable. It really is. Now, also with the hardware, this remote control, hold on, I'm going to do this. Put the remote control down here. And I kind of hate this remote control. It's big, it's bulky, it feels really cheap. It's very thick, but it is responsive, but it's confusing as heck. Because I do like the fact that if I push the TV button, it'll automatically go to TV, but the response time is a little slow. So here's the TV. The action menu button takes you right to takes you to all your settings. So here, let's go. But see how slow it responds? Because I'm pressing the action menu. So why isn't this working? There it is. So you actually have to physically be pointing it to the TV. And I'll get into the whole settings debacle in a second. But then you click Home. Home brings up all your Google. Wow, this is so slow and buggy. Look how slow that is. Look how slow this is. This is ridiculous. Then there's a guide for your cable guide. And then there are a couple of the Netflix button actually works pretty fast. So here, let's hit Netflix. Well, not really. So here's Netflix. And Google Play. Does anyone even use Google Play? I mean, really. But see how slow everything is? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculously slow. But it is what it is. I love the picture quality on this TV, but the interface and the lack of HDMI ports on it ruins the entire experience for me. So yes, I did return this TV. I'm getting the OLED C7 delivered on Wednesday. I know I would love that TV because I had the B6 for 11 months before it failed on me, so this is just the next model up. The only thing I don't like about the OLED C7 that I bought is I'm going to have to sacrifice the 65-inch for the 55-inch version because I don't want to pay you know, $1,000 premium, and it's $1,000 plus taxes, mind you, so that's more like $1,200 or $1,100 premium just to get 10 extra inches. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you liked this review. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button. I want to do a few more video tests and specific reviews on this TV before I send it back in the next couple of days. So stay tuned. Talk to you guys later. Bye.